Welcome to our video about bullet journaling on a budget. This is a composition notebook that I painted and then I just did some pretty designs on. It looked like this to begin with. And if you're on a budget and you want to get an entire year in, all you need to do is divide it by 13 because there's 12 months and then your beginning pages, or 14 if you want some back pages. When you divide it by 13, usually if it's like 100 set, you might get an extra off, but it is 7 pages per month, which is pretty good because then you end up with a cover page, calendar page, some planning pages, weekly pages, and then you also end up with a couple extra that you can figure out what you want to do with. Some notes, some habit trackers, that type of thing. So these ones are lined, the normal composition notebook style where they have just the lines. I am going to say though, if you find these composition notebooks like I did with the grids, they are so much better, and they're almost reminiscent of kind of having a dot grid, because you can use these to draw a lot of different things, organize your boxes a little bit better than the line graph. But today we're just going to stick into the line graph, or the line paper. And so this was 25 cents. It's best to get it whenever it's after school sales. Then I went to the Dollar Tree and I got color pencils, glue sticks, and these 2 markers. So it ended up being $5. I always grab a whole bunch of these whenever I go though, because these are really good. These are really good markers. Okay, so now we're at $5.25 because I spent $5 at the dollar store, 25 cents, oh my gosh, 25 cents on this journal. Then you can print these for 50 cents at Staples. I just found some pictures online. I am going to do a disclaimer though, if you see any of these flowers that you like, I do have a Canva Pro subscription, so that's where I found these, but you can find flowers and things like this online. Print them, put them on a Word document, and then take them to Staples. Or you can print them at your home computer, especially if you're just like, I don't have money to be spending on like pet tape or anything else that you see that's fancy. As long as you have glue sticks and paper, you're good to go. One of the biggest purchases I suggest is maybe 1 set of washi tape. I took the washi tape out, so there's 2 other rolls here. I don't remember which ones they are. But this set here is called the Sonnet from Amazon. It was $6.99. And you can separate each one for a month. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then you could do 10, 11, 12 out of the smaller ones. You can use this one to begin each month if you wanted to. Because it's letters with fancy script. So you can kind of find one good washi tape. I know sometimes it's hard to stick to one, but 1 set of washi tape can get you through quite a bit for the year or things like that. I haven't found any cheap washi tape sets. You might be able to hit Michael's whenever it's on sale. I usually look at Amazon for washi tape. You can maybe hit some Black Friday sales on like the washi tape shop or something else. But these are my few things. So this was $6.99. So we have $6.99, $1, 25 cents, $5 at the Dollar Tree. So it cost me about 14 bucks for my setup. And I probably will not use all of these in my yearly setup, so I can save them for throughout the year if I want to. Alright, so let's get started. So cutting out took me a little over an hour, maybe, about hour and 15 minutes. And so if you're saving on money, most of the time you're investing with time. And I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that it did take quite a bit to cut out the flowers. However, I'm really happy with the way that they came out. I am going to say it might be a really good investment to get Elmer's glue instead of dollar store glue. I kept having to go back over the glue spots multiple times. So it might be a better $1 or $2 to buy a couple of glue sticks at the same time you're buying the composition notebook whenever they have those sales for school supplies. I liked having the cutout piece for the center right there, because those markers are really cool that I really like a lot. However, they do bleed through the paper, so it's good to layer when you're going to use these types of markers. And what I should have did was pencil it in. Learn from my mistakes, guys, because I should have penciled it in. But I wanted to add, because they're metallic gold and blue, I wanted to like trace some of the flowers, add little gold elements throughout the leaves and things. And then I went back through. I didn't like the way that the twos and everything looked, so I tried to make it like that fake calligraphy. And then I went back through and did a little bit of shadowing with the metallic blue color. And I feel like, okay, it looks a little bit better. But sometimes you gotta learn when's a good time to stop. So I just kind of finished it off there. And then the next page I would normally do is a year at a glance. So what I did was I went to wiki calendars. You can get some free printable calendars from the wiki calendars, and I just printed them off for the year and then just glued them down, and then used my ruler to try and make sure that they were lined evenly, or so they were kind of lined up, and that's the best way I think I could do it. And I think that it came out really nice. I was surprised on the ideal to line them up for myself, because sometimes I don't do that kind of thing, but I think it helped a lot to line everything up so that it looked nicer. And then I just started adding some flowers for decoration, and I was doing that sporadically through all of my different setups to just kind of add flowers throughout, kind of noticing where the blank spaces were, where things would look nice, and then try to keep them small on this page. The reason is because I wanted to make sure I didn't take up space where I could be writing plans. And I figured sometimes it's hard to figure out when to stop. So and then I wanted to go through with the pencil and add a little bit of color. So instead of just having the regular pencil lines, I used the dark blue to add some color to it. And that's all it really needed. And then with this page, I just did some tea stain on some regular blank paper, some small sheets that I had, and then I just glued those down to kind of add a different element too. So that's another pretty cheap thing. If you got a tea bag, dye some paper, gives you really good element to add into your bullet journal, and it's pretty cheap if you can just find some blank paper. Go buy some of that cheap like copy kind of paper at the Dollar Tree too. That works really nice, and you could just dye it. And then I just added some flower elements over the book, and I wanted to try and do something in the crease in the middle. So I added the two little pieces of flowers, kind of separate the two pages. And I think that it looked really, really pretty. I was really proud of this one, and then just added some different elements with the gold pen, some dots, and outlined a few of the flowers. And I like that it kind of brought that little sparkle out. And then because I'm writing on the regular page, I wanted to use color pencils. That way I knew they weren't going to bleed through. They still added some color, a little bit of prettiness. And then I tried to do again with the kind of like the calligraphy downward stroke a little bit fatter. And then I wanted to separate out my goals and do 4 of them. So then I was like, well, in case I want to write my goals with that nice pretty shiny pen or a thicker pen, then maybe I could just add some of the more squares. And then I kind of had fun adding some other elements because I knew I wanted to use that blue pen. So some of them I stained completely, and then some I just splatted some tea on and just let it dry. That's how you get the white with the brown spots. Adding some flowers for some decoration around those pages because I wanted them layered, and then I did my quote. Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value. That was a quote I decided to put on there. And then I just wanted to go to the next page, and I'm sure there were other uses I could have did besides a quote page. I wasn't quite sure what I would want to put there, so I just did a quote page. But you could use that page for something else, like a yearly tracker if that's what you wanted to do, or something to that extent. And then I did a yearly favorite section where I could write my favorite books, movies, TV shows. And I went back through and I realized I didn't add the washi tape. So I just wanted to show you the flip through with the washi tape. I had to go back through and lift some of the stickers back up. But adding the washi tape, I think, added just a little bit more to the pages, and I really like the way that it came out. And you can tell that, I mean, in all honesty, it didn't really need the washi tape, but it kind of adds a different element to it. This is just a yearly tracker, separated with the 1 through 31 up top, and then the monthly days or months on the side, just so that way you could do something. And then look, I have a lot of leftover washi tape. I have, I could go back through and add more if I wanted to, but sometimes you gotta know when to stop. And then I have a lot of the flower stickers left over that I could use at a different time. And I think that that's beneficial. I mean, I could have added more pages. Wasn't quite sure what else I wanted to add, so I thought that was a good stopping point. And I'm really happy with the way that it came out. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's some other videos on bullet journaling and a composition notebook on a budget. Check them out.